like an authentic like Thai
It's
food
I would
place?
I would say it's like it's one of the more recognizable Thai dishes that most
Mhm.
people would know. You know.
Pad Thai?
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
every Thai person eats it, right? I don't know. I need to ask a real
But
Thai
there
person.
was
Really? I
like a
think
re-
every Thai person eats it. I mean, I just assume. I don't.
This family claims that like pad thai is not something they grew up eating, and then the people like hipsters would come to their restaurant, and then they would be like, "Oh, but there's no pad thai. What type of Thai restaurant is this?" And then they were kind of like forced to add it on the menu, unless this is a story made up so that I remember the restaurant because clearly it's working.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, it
Uh,
could be like one of those dishes where it's become so what's the term for it?
Ubiquitous.
Uh,
Speaking of
no,
vocabulary,
No, maybe it's a regional
I'm to
I
thing.
know you're
say
probably thinking a
I'm
better
to say
word.
like maybe I almost want to say gentrified, but it's not really.
Mm.
Um,
Adapted to the American cuisine. I don't know. I think
something
that's a
like
better
that, you know,
word.
like yeah. But then I'm sure you know the guy, right? What was it? Mark Wiens.
Who?
Wiener.
Mark Wiens. He
I don't
does
know.
like he's a American, but he's based in Thailand. So he goes around
Oh, okay.
reviewing like Thai food.
Oh, I don't
So
know that one.
there was an episode where he was like covering pad Thai, and then he was
Mm-hmm.
saying something like he doesn't really eat it, even though like it's everywhere in Thailand.
Oh.
You know, it's like
Well,
how
I
like there's
tried
some
making it
areas that are
before
like
and I suck at it.
some areas like super touristy in Malaysia, like Jalan
Yeah.
Alor,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, you know, just because
I don't
I'm
think I've ever
from
been there.
Malaysia doesn't mean that I know Jalan
Yeah.
Alor, right? You know, I don't hang out there
Yeah,
just because it's
yeah.
there. You know? Yeah.
Mm. What is that in Jalan Alor? What am I missing out on?
Nothing. It's just a tourist area.
Yeah.
So is it like a hawker stalls? Like what is there?
Yeah, they have like regular hawker stalls, but
Overpriced hawker stalls.
they're mostly catered towards tourists.
Oh. So they have I'm trying to imagine what would be a hawker stall that caters to tourists look like. So I'm imagining like English
No, I mean
menus.
yeah, okay.
No
They have
hissing
everything that
sounds.
they have everything that you want from a Chinese hawker or whatever. It's just that it's really
Uh-huh.
overpriced, and
Yeah, it
I don't
just
know.
costs
Actually,
more than.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to be unfair and say it doesn't taste good because I haven't been
No,
there.
they
in, like,
taste fine,
a
I'm
decade.
sure. Like all of them probably taste fine. Just
It's just not worth
yeah, it's
what
very
you pay for
pricey.
it. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll pay for that right now. I bet that Jalan Laura to overpriced is still better than the cheaper and better than what I'm eating here.
It's better than like not having anything, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, are we live?
Yeah, we are. Wow, we have 2 viewers.
Oh, hello.
Hello, viewers.
Oh,
Welcome to our anniversary special. Actually, it's
Yeah.
not so special. I don't think we got anything special going on, but you can pretend it is. We're 1 year old. Crazy, huh? Singit, what
Yeah.
episode do you remember? You joined us. Actually, I can probably check on YouTube. So Singit's not a year old yet, but it's okay. You can still celebrate with us.
wait, huh? Okay, my memory is that Singip has been there the whole time.
No, he didn't join at the start. Remember, it was
Oh,
just
really?
you and me for the first couple episodes.
Oh God, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh no, wait. Singip joined in episode 2. Oh,
Yeah.
but in episode 3, he was in there, and then he came back
Oh.
in 4.
Well, I mean, I'm also on and off in some episodes.
Fine, I'm the only one who's been here.
Exactly, the whole time.
Whole time, 1 year. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Time just flies. Like, so it's been 1 year since the lockdown, I guess. Like,
hmm
what's new in everyone's lives?
I've aged a year. Gosh, there's just so much new. I feel like it's almost impossible to list all the new
Oh,
things.
when I was
since last
talking to you,
year.
I was jobless then when we first started out. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, now I have a
Mhm.
job, and I'm
Mhm.
still in the same job, so that's good. I
Yes.
guess.
Congratulations.
1 year.
Yeah. And your job is interesting. I think it's very fascinating.
It is, I guess. I mean, for people who like don't know or
Are not
care
in it.
about esports. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I find it interesting too. Just it gets real busy, and I guess that's like every job.
Mhm.
Have to find a job that doesn't get busy, doesn't demand much of me, and still pay well.
Yeah, being a kept man, that's what you've determined.
Yeah, I want to be a kept man. Any ladies watching, feel free to message me.
So, but the thing is, like, it wouldn't be worth it for them, right? I assume that being kept means there's some exchange of something.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not like
I don't know. I mean, I play video games with them all day.
it's because I'm imagining, right, that even yeah, even that is exhausting. Can you imagine like having been paid to spend time with someone
Yeah, that is
when you
true.
already feel so busy? Like how much do I have to pay?
Got a point there.
Hmm.
Actually, I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a kept person. Maybe we should
Mm.
get Catherine Lee on, right? And then interview her. Find out.
But we can't
Wait,
afford
is that
her
the
appearance fees.
I mean, we don't even know if she's kept, but it's not confirmed.
exactly? That's accusations.
Yeah. Sorry, I just slandered her.
Exactly. We do not believe or know anything
If
about
anyone
this
knows
internet
anyone who's
celebrity.
kept, feel free to pass them our contact.
So, I mean, okay, if you're like someone who's like a housewife or a house husband, to
Mhm.
be gender neutral, I guess. Like, are you kept? I feel like that's like a different thing, though.
Mm, yeah,
I feel like there's less like domestic chores you have to do. if
I
you're
don't know.
a
I
kept
guess
person.
someone being kept is kind of degrading? No, I don't know.
Mm. Yeah,
The
yeah, because
negative
you're reducing a
connotations.
person.
Yeah, but like a
Mm.
house person is not really so bad.
No, because if you
Mhm.
are kept, you your loyalty is bought, right?
Uh-huh.
Versus
I mean,
like
aren't
a
all our
husband
loyalties
or
kind of bought?
Yeah,
wife
it's
where
just whether monetary or not.
Yeah.
no, but it's a mutual exchange of loyalties, right? It's like friendship, it's
Oh,
like trust,
okay.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not really bought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Isn't there like
loyalty.
some person on r/Malaysia who like claims to be a sugar baby person? I don't know. Like how do you call it?
A
Like
sugar baby.
there's this dude. Is that what they call it? Like first of all, the women who are kept like this isn't there some website where you can
Yeah, it was like
find
sugar dad, sugar book.
Yeah.
yeah something like that. I think
I'm not
there's
sure if
some
it's
guy
still
who
up. Well,
claims
the
it.
guy got arrested and then they banned.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Oh, dang. Okay.
but they gave some workaround to the website. I'm not sure, but I haven't followed up with it. Yeah, but they
Mm-hmm.
sent him to jail. So I mean, I'm sure it can still
Oh.
run without him, but I don't know whether it is still running without him.
I mean, isn't that just a dating site but with money exchange?
Yeah, pretty much.
I
Mm.
mean like the argument the guy made was that if you go out with a girl or
Yeah.
vice versa, like
Mhm.
someone's paying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So
feel it's hard to define that.
it's kind of like
But
you
I
ask the
think
girl out, and then she was like, I only go out with you if you pay for everything, you know?
I mean,
mm-hmm.
you can
Some
still
girls
go
do
out
that,
without
don't
the
they?
person. Yeah. I don't know actually. I mean, I guess the guy shouldn't have like, ruffled feathers by like calling out the universities and stuff in the first place, right? They drew all these unwanted attention. And
I'm pretty sure he
Oh.
knew what he was doing, like
that's probably why the
whatever it is he
cops
was
even
trying to
bothered.
do. I'm pretty sure like
Mm-hmm.
he knew what he was
Yeah, he
getting
probably
into.
weighed the benefits and it's probably more
Mm-hmm.
beneficial to the site then. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, now we all know about it.
Yeah, we do. Well, I mean, we knew about it before, but now even
Mm-hmm.
more people know about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you asked Vanessa, I want to be a kept man. Maybe you didn't say that to her.
No, I didn't say that.
What would her reaction be like, oh, okay, but you have to front the money. I don't think it will work out. Anyway, Gosh, so it's our 1 year anniversary. We're supposed to do something special, except we
Yeah.
didn't actually think it through until this morning. Or like this evening.
The thing is, we
So you
never
said we
think
want.
anything through. Like,
I know. Well, no, sometimes we have a list of topics, but I feel like more stressed out. Like the moment you said you're like, oh, we gotta do something special. I'm like, oh no. But actually, like, we do it all the time when we just wing it.
yeah.
And I feel like it turns out better that way. But you
Well,
said we should go on r/relationship and give random advice.
yeah, we can. I'll ask
sounds-
Reddit.
Yeah.
Okay. First question, the most upvoted one. Insomniacs and troubled sleepers of Reddit. When you wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back to sleep, what do you do?
That's not a problem for me.
Really? If you wake up at 3 o'clock? Like,
I mean, rarely. I
Uh-huh.
usually can fall back asleep. It won't be very good sleep, but
yeah.
just
Usually
close
I'm
your
like
eyes and go to sleep.
3 a.m. is when I go to sleep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What about you, Singap?
I don't rarely have insomnia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But
I think
sometimes if I
Oh,
do
go
wake
on.
up, then I would. I don't know. I guess it's quite counterintuitive. I go like splash some water on my face,
Mm-hmm.
and then like, I feel a bit more refreshed, and then ready to go back to sleep. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
yeah.
Maybe you're activating
No,
the
because, like,
mammalian diving response.
Because it's like, if you wake up and then you can't sleep, but then you're still so groggy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I feel like by splashing myself awake, I like enter like a awake state right now. I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
then my memory is like, oh, it's time to go back to sleep. I can think clearer.
Fascinating. Actually, that's a really good tip.
You can think
You should
clearer,
share
and
it.
then wouldn't that keep you awake? I don't know.
No, because there are times when I wake up and then there are times when I have trouble sleeping, but it's like you're half asleep but you're half awake also.
Mhm.
So like that you're not asleep yet, but then you're like tossing and turning, and then I don't know. For me, I find like, oh, that's a very weird state to be in. Like you're not here, not there.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be like fully awake and then try to go back to sleep rather than be this like halfway state lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
Mhm.
like, I don't know. I mean, I find it easy to go back to bed when I wake up in the middle of the night, because I know, oh, I'm still tired, and then I'll just sleep. But there's also sometimes like I'll wake up and then I feel like I need to pee, but I'll be like, I can hold it in. Then I go back to bed because I don't want to wake up and then like wake myself up like in the middle of the
Mhm.
night. Yeah. I don't know.
Or be like me, where you dream about peeing and then you can't pee in your dream. And then like wake up and be very relieved that you didn't actually pee.
I mean, I've
That's
had
what happens.
dreams where I like went to pee. I wake up scared.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, shit, I didn't pee. Then I go toilet.
Okay. Yeah. I think like trying to fall asleep early is hard. Like before my brain is ready.
Yeah. No, like I guess
I don't know.
I've conditioned myself already. Like these days, I like have to watch videos to fall asleep, which I think is probably
Oh, what
bad.
kind?
I don't know. I'll just put on a Twitch stream or watch some random YouTube video.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
I like to watch car detailing. There's this guy
Huh.
called the Detail Geek.
Okay.
He does like a super good production like of like cleaning the car, and he's like super anal. So like, and he can get like just like these, and then he gets these like super wrecked cars from like people who are drug users, or like I don't know, like just people with kids that are like so disgusting that I'm like, these people need to call Child Protective Services or something. And he turns it back into a new car. I find it like very
Was
satisfying.
it the guy who
and
did
very
the MTV Pimp My Ride car?
No, it's a different person.
Oh.
This is like a Canadian guy who.
Yeah, no,
who
I
just,
mean there
and
was.
also.
I mean there was a YouTuber who like found the Pimp My Ride car and then like it was
Uh-huh.
abandoned or what. Then he bought it and restored it.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I remember that
I
one.
read that the Pin My Rides are all fake though. Like
No, it was a real
I think
car.
like no, but apparently like the premise is fake. Like they don't actually get to keep it or something like that.
Mm.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I
about
read
that.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I was
but it's
always
sort of like
very
those
curious
like
about all these reality
shows.
shows. Yeah, so
Mhm.
I remember I googled it and then people were saying like, oh, they don't get to keep the cars.
Mhm.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's their car, right? But then they don't get to keep the upgrades, lah. So it's all done for the show. After that, they just take it off, you know.
Well, but the one you found had all the upgrades in it. It was just really
And maybe
old
some of them get to keep it. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. And I think there's like tax implications too, because you got a gift and you have to be taxed on it. So some
We
people don't
get
want to
tax
pay
for
that.
gifts in the US.
Yeah. Like that's why that's a whole controversy about the Oprah giving away cars. A lot of people got like screwed over because they couldn't
Oh.
afford the taxes. A lot of these giveaways have like a lot of strings attached.
But what's the logic behind the being taxed on gifts?
Well, I mean, that's a philosophical argument about why the government gets to have a slice of what you win. Like when you get the lottery, like you only get 2/3 actually of what they say you're gonna get.
Huh.
Because the
Why?
government gets a slice of it.
Oh,
Because
I think
they
in
get a
Malaysia
tax
you get.
windfall.
Oh, but in Malaysia, you don't get taxed for that.
Yeah, which is nice.
What
And I
about
think in
like
the UK you also don't get taxed.
what about stocks? Like if you
You
sold
get taxed if it's a gift. Oh
No,
yeah,
no,
you
if
so
you
it shares you.
yeah, if I sold shares, I get taxed for that too.
Yes, capital gains tax. That's why I
Oh,
speaking of which, this happened to me. Oh, this is a very interesting. Actually, I just. Oh man, I'm sniffling on screen. Like I
You have
like this.
COVID?
I have COVID. Well, actually, I got the first vaccine dose.
Oh yeah,
oh,
you mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I mention to you guys? I'm not sure if I did.
Oh, you mentioned
Yeah, I
you
got
went
it.
for the test, I think. I can't remember.
No.
But anyway.
Yeah, and then yeah, so I got the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine.
when was that?
It was on Friday or something, like over the weekend, over the last
Oh,
weekend.
okay.
And
Was
then
there any side effects?
yeah, I felt sick. I was like, I was thinking in my head, oh, I don't want to like make myself sick by like reading the because because of my background, I can read the data, right, and know like, oh, how many percent of people get sick after the first dose and second dose, and I already read it, so I would recommend don't read it because you're gonna make yourself sick. But I felt like headache and like kind of like a little nauseated pretty much the same
Okay.
day, the same evening. And then I slept it off, and the next day I felt a little bit better, but still like unusually tired. So
Mhm.
Yuhan said, like, you're always tired. Who knows? Tired. Yeah, but it took me out for a few days. And this is only the first dose. I still have to go back in the beginning of next month for the second dose. Where supposedly it'll be even worse.
Really? I thought it should be better.
So according to the data, most people get even worse side effects on the second dose.
But the second dose is essentially the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's almost like your body's like, oh, now it got challenged before, so now it like overreacts. It's like, oh, I've seen you before. Now I'm
Oh,
totally
right.
gonna fight you. Yeah.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
So I don't know. Some people say it's good that you have side effects because it means your body is reacting to a foreign thing. Because
Mhm.
if it doesn't, then your body's kind of like, oh, bad guy, bye, and it's just like not doing anything. That's also not good. But it might be to comfort people who feel bad.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
one guy in chat says, first dose I had no side effects. Second dose totally
Mhm.
effed me for 12 hours.
Oh wow.
12 hours isn't too bad, I guess. Just-
Yeah.
It's
But I mean,
your friend,
either way, I
Kristen.
feel like
Delmar.
it's better than. Oh, Delmar. Yeah, he's the best. He's in Italy right now.
Oh, okay. That's why he can tune in.
Yeah. Though I did post it in our Colorado friends chat group. He normally, well, I shouldn't disclose. He normally lives in an undisclosed location. I shouldn't be doxing him by accident. Anyway, yeah. So that's been good. But what was I talking about that
Stocks.
before I sniffled and scared you guys?
Stocks.
Huh?
Stocks.
Oh,
Stonks.
stocks. Yeah. Stonks. Yeah. So I recently got an IRS letter that was like, you owe $13,000. And I was like,
What?
oh no, how did I screw it up?
Was it legit?
It was legit.
Oh man.
But in the end, I paid someone to figure it out. Turns out I owe $40.
Okay.
And it was because I didn't report how much I got the stocks for. And the thing is like, I thought, okay, so I paid a tax accountant to figure it out, and she's super nice, super expensive. And like, you know, she wrote a really long like letter to the IRS to explain what happened, and it was like, oh, actually, she forgot to fill out this, and that. And I thought, oh, you know, once I have the copy of this letter, I will be able to do it myself next time. But then I read it, and I don't understand it. But I think like the logic is like I got the stocks for a discounted price because it came with the company,
Okay.
and I forgot or I didn't realize how to fill out my original cost, and that's what they call a cost basis, and they're supposed to tax on that and not on the final sold price.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, because I was missing this information, they were like, "Oh, you sold stocks for this amount of money, so therefore you owe this amount of tax."
Yeah.
So when she like filled all that out, it dropped it back down to like a nominal amount of like interest and things like that.
Oh wow.
That kind of happened when I bought my house here too.
Oh.
So when it was a bit complicated process because when we bought this house, it was owned by a company
Mm-hmm.
that the company had bought from this other guy, but they didn't get the title transferred over to them, right? So like legally they couldn't really sell it because as far as the law was concerned, it wasn't their house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had to like we had to get the lawyers to like track down the original owner and then get him to pay for the title transfer. So when they charge you that is it called a land assessment fee or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So when they filed it, he tried to. I'm not sure it was intentional, but he filed it and valued it at what he paid for it, which was obviously a lot lower compared to now, right? But then they're like, no, that's wrong. You have to value it based on what you actually paid for it now. Like, what's the actual value now? Yeah. So, like, the guy was very unhappy because it was a lot more.
Yeah,
So
I'm
how, did
sure.
you get in
Well,
trouble?
No, it's not our fault because the only complicated was we had to wait for them to sort it out, right? So we don't know what they were doing, just had to wait.
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Is it like
Yeah.
over now?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like we wouldn't have bought it if it was owned by someone else. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like essentially I'll be like buying a stolen house.
Yeah, that'll be awkward. Yeah. And I think in the US there's also this like weird like squatters law sometimes in some states where if you occupy a home for long enough, you become the owner of it or something.
Oh right,
So
yeah.
that's also another thing people watch out for. But anyway, so yeah, at the end of the day, I would say now like these few weeks have been so like busy and slammed because now I'm like taxes are all due in April 15th. And now that I'm like an adult with an accountant, like I'm like trying to organize all my paperwork and not like have shit everywhere, which is usually how I do it. I'm like much less organized than people think I am.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, and then also like now I have to learn to like expense stuff. I've been so bad. Like it's almost like I'm the other way around. I overpay taxes because I'm not good about writing things off. And then now she's asking me like, you know, oh, like how much of your home is used for business use only? Because then I think she can
Oh.
write a percentage of the rent off.
Yeah,
and
that's
things
what
like
I do too. Like my accountant. I also have an accountant. Like he
Wow, so
he knows
adult.
all these little like things that you can
Tricks.
expense. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, so you pay maintenance, right? So how big is your home? And then how big is your room, right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
considered your office, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So how much of that is worth in your maintenance? Then that's equivalent to
Right.
your office rental. That you can expense that.
Yeah, and the thing is, like with this podcast, technically, like if we're trying to make money off of it, we should write off everything that we're using, like the mics and the headphones and whatnot. You know,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
how like
true.
a lot of YouTubers get away with it. Like they would eat a meal, like they'd be like fast food review, and they write that off because technically that's for the business.
But I mean, like writing it off doesn't really mean much though, because at the end of the day, if this is your business, right, it's your company, then it's still your money
Mm-hmm.
that you're spending, right? It's just whether you choose to give it to the government or spend on yourself.
Yeah, you have to do it within reason,
Versus
I
like if
think.
you
But it's
work for
like
a
your
company and they let you
profit.
expense it to them, then
Oh
that's
yeah, then you
different.
actually get the money back. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
so
a
then
very different
yeah.
scenario. Yeah, but I think it's just like you can tax, as especially in California, so much of what you're making that you have to like minimize or like or like correctly report. In my case, like how much I'm actually making from
Mhm.
my businesses and things like that.
I
So
mean, if you work
that's
from
one of
home,
the
you can
very
expense
better.
your microphone and headphones, right? Because you'll be like, oh, I use it for communication with clients. Or
Yes, which I do.
yeah.
Like my very expensive webcam. Oh, by the way, I also like feel like with Discord.
Mhm.
This is a separate topic. Like I use Zoom a lot these days, right? And then Zoom, I touch up my appearance quite high, like
Uh-huh.
75% of the way. And lately, I've even used the lipstick function. And so when I look at myself in this stream, I'm always like, reality kind of sucks.
We're on an authentic podcast.
I know, there's no filter.
Yeah.
Discord doesn't have filters. So sad.
Oh, maybe one day.
Yeah. And then the thing is, if I really want to bother, I can use that whole snap camera situation, right? But
Hmm.
I feel like I'm too lazy to do that.
Delma said a bit epic if you could steal a house, though.
Yeah, I suppose so. I feel like it's so much work to do that, and you end up with like a crack house or something. I don't know.
I don't know, where would you even begin? You have to somehow evict.
Well, you to find a home that's not
Oh, you find an abandoned
monitored.
home, yeah.
Yeah, which some people do. That's what punks do, right? They like to act like actual
I mean,
people who live a punk lifestyle.
they just go in there to trash the place, right?
Unfortunately, yeah, often, like they oftentimes trashing the place.
And
But
they
I think
spray
that
the
squatter
anarchy
law you have
symbols.
to, yeah, the squatter law you have to actually improve the home or something. There is some catch to it.
Just add a welcome mat. Ta-da.
Anarchy. Welcome, Matt.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Lawyers of Reddit. Which fictional villain would you have the easiest time defending? I have no idea.
Oh, that's so hard. I don't like these like fantasy questions.
Okay. Which Reddit-ism makes you irrationally angry?
There's so many things on Reddit that make me irrationally angry that I can't even name anything.
I don't know. I just ignore. Or I guess people who complain too much.
Yeah.
Well,
I think there's a lot of people who.
like not the redditors themselves, but
Mm.
then like when you read like subs like malicious compliance,
Uh-huh.
and then you read like
Mhm.
how people are being like you read their stories, and then you realize the people in their stories are like being so unfair.
Yeah.
Then like yeah, I mean I don't get angry, but like I feel for them.
Thing is, like, we're only hearing one side of the story a lot of times, and like most of the time it's like highly skewed or biased. But then again, I
Well,
mean, they're
probably.
entertaining stories, lah, so it doesn't really matter. And it
I mean,
doesn't affect our life.
I'm not going to like go out and like do anything about it, but I just read it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I
that does
know.
seem a bit unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't like the ones where it's a lot of like, oh, the boomers screwed everything up for us, sort of ones. You know? I feel like you can only say that so much before that gets really tiresome. And it
Yeah.
also like is not very empowering. And supposedly there's this bias where like, every generation thinks they're screwed over anyway.
Yeah.
So
I mean, everyone thinks like the previous generation did something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like those posts.
Oh, Delma says Magneto would be easy to defend. He just wants a safe world for his people to live in.
That's true.
Isn't he like promoting like genocide, killing of like humans?
Because humans didn't treat the mutants fairly in the first place.
But it's his experience, right? There have
Yeah.
been like other mutants who were treated better.
So how come he wasn't treated well?
I don't know.
Because he was older. I think he's an older generation. But that's why I love the X-Men stories, like because it's very rare to have that nuance of like the villain and the good guy leads are actually friends in a way,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I mean that
I mean, I
happens
think
in
of like
like
Ian
all
McKellen and like
all the like comic
Patrick Stewart.
crossovers. You get a lot of villains teaming up with superheroes. They always like team up to fight some bigger evil.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delma says humans can't be trusted. Can mutants
That
be
is
trusted
true.
then? I don't know. I guess I would like to meet a mutant.
I think that it's like a lot of different like minority groups see themselves as the mutant group. Like,
Yeah.
is it like what is an allegory about, right? So
Mhm.
it's a very nice underdog fighting story.
That's true.
Mm.
Yeah, and
But like being a
we're all
minority is like
minorities.
it depends on where you are though. If I was in China, I wouldn't be a minority.
Yeah, lah. I mean, for us, like here in Malaysia.
Well,
and
I
in
don't
the
know. I
US.
don't know. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Like, if we go to China, we're obviously not like Chinese.
Yeah, that's true. We'd be
We'll
minorities
we'll
too.
stick out like sore thumbs. Yeah.
Maybe at the start, eventually we'll blend in.
You think so? I don't know.
What
I think it's
famous?
very hard for us to blend in.
What famous person did you regret meeting because they were an ass?
I haven't met anyone famous.
Yeah, me either.
Regret meeting. Gosh.
Oh, the closest. Let me see. The closest famous person I met. When I was in Singapore, I used to do taekwondo, right?
Uh-huh.
So I would go for the exams. I think I went up to like green with blue stripe, right? So during the exams, there are these invigilators, and then one of the invigilators was this Singaporean actor whose shows I've seen.
Uh-huh.
So that's the closest I ever got to meeting someone famous.
Was it Phua Chu Kang?
No.
Was he an ass?
No, I mean he was there invigilating the exam, so not like I talked to him or what, you know. I mean he was professional at what he did. You
Yeah.
know? So it wasn't ass, but yeah. Other than that, I don't think I've actually met anyone like famous.
I've met the guitarist of Taking Back Sunday. He wasn't an ass.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was real cheerful. I was in Singapore. Just walking around with Jason. We were waiting for the show to start, and we were in a mall like next to the venue. So we were gonna go to the toilet, and then like we saw Eddie come by, and we were like, "Holy shit!" And then we were just like fanboying over him. But yeah, that was a nice.
Did you say hi?
Yeah, we said hi and all. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah. I can't remember
That's really
if
nice.
I met anyone else famous, but yeah.
I met David Ross from Friends. But because he was in a
David
restaurant.
Schwimmer.
Oh, David Schwimmer. Yeah.
David Ross.
What am I saying?
Was he an ass?
Yeah. Well, he was very grumpy because like there's too many people gawking at him. He was just trying to have a dinner, and then like everyone was in the restaurant was staring at him.
Oh, I
So
guess
I can imagine that thick. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, like celebrities are humans too, right? So like if you catch them on an off day, I don't think it'd be fair to call them like assume that they're always an ass.
I met Julia Nunes. Do you know who she is?
No.
She plays the ukulele, one of the original ukulele girls on YouTube. But
Oh,
it's like
no.
it's a little different because I went to her like concert, and it's like a very very small venue held, and it's called living room concerts where they just rent like a tech office after hours or something and just like hold it there. And
Okay.
her singing is incredible live. She's like so good at singing. But you know, she was nice. I think she was like courteous and you know in a meet and greet fan mode. Yeah, it was a bit of an awkward encounter because I feel awkward fangirling over people.
Do you ever know what to say to them other than like, "Oh my god,
No, it's
No,
I
like
love
right?
your book.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
love your music."
Exactly like and then all these people like want to go like get backstage passes to meet their favorite celebrities.
Yeah, but it's like so awkward.
It's like what do you say to them? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like reminds you of the movie fuck, what's that? The one with the Sarah Marshall guy. And
Jason
and
Segel?
the Ant-Man dude. Yeah, Jason Segel and fuck I'm
Oh, I
forgetting.
love
All
you,
right.
man.
Yeah, I love you, man. So there was like a like cut footage from the movie where they showed them going backstage to meet Rush, and it was like super
Uh-huh.
awkward, but it was damn funny. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
It wasn't in the like full
Okay.
film, but yeah, it was like a additional scene.
They recreated the awkward fan meeting a
Yeah.
band experience.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's like that is almost like the whole like kept man kept woman situation because it's like obviously you're paying like some of the times to meet someone and it becomes like a financial social exchange, you know, and it never feels quite authentic like
I
to me.
mean, I guess it's not an authentic experience, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, and then there was yeah, there's a few times where I met like comedians, like they would do like signings or whatnot after the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I met Mark Maron, um, who is probably the most amazing celebrity I've ever met in real life. Did I tell the story before? I forgot.
I don't remember.
But you guys know who Mark Maron is, right? He
Oh.
does the What the Fuck podcast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like me and my friend, we were able to like sneak out and be one of the first people in line to just say hi to him. And I remember like when I met him, it's as if like he was only there to meet me. Like he can somehow engender a feeling of like I'm the only person in the room and I'm the most important person in the world just by like the way he's talking to me and the way he's looking at me. And I was like, oh, I get it. Like I immediately get why he's so good at his job at like interviewing people and like being a relatable comic
Uh-huh.
because he can create that feeling like right away. And then I thought about how like a lot of these like presidential candidates and people like that, like Obama, like they can create that feeling so well. And that's that level of charisma is like so it's like you're creating a D&D character and your charisma level is like maxed out. That's what it feels like.
But if you
To
know
meet someone
what,
like
if
that.
you can feel it, right?
Yeah.
Do you trust it though?
But it doesn't matter almost to me because like obviously like I know like he's gonna make the moment I was like you know done like we were done with him because we don't want to take up too much of his time, he was able to like switch the attention to the next person right away. It was like that same full on attention. So I know that you know obviously like I'm not there to meet me like obviously, but he's able to just like turn it right away. And I feel like that's what maximum charisma level feels like. It's like
But
your
doesn't that like
ability
do you
to
feel like it cheapens the experience a little?
No, not to me. I'm like, because if you
Oh.
anyone can just do it, then why don't I feel with any no other celebrity or famous person or even like a normal person has ever made me feel that way ever again? It's like
I mean,
a
it's
lifelong memory.
it's okay, fine. I guess it's fine. Yeah, I mean, in your case, it's like it was a good memory.
Yeah.
Delma said,
But I mean, sometimes people use like those skills for
Oh, to
bad
trick
things.
people, right? Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
cult leaders are. I
"Uh,
think
Or
like
like
you have to be like that.
like those fuck boys or whatever.
What? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the girls who get tricked by these fuck boys
Yeah.
feel like feel a bit cheap. Like the whole experience was cheap, and like
Right.
I really thought he liked me.
Yeah. Exactly. And the thing is, like, Mark Maron dated a lot of women, right? Like, back in the day, I think he's able to use that to get a lot of women.
Hmm.
I
Delma
think he
said
talks about it in one of his podcasts.
Delma said he was 100% awkward meeting the Pentatonics at a backstage pass type thing. Just meant to get stuff signed.
Oh, that's cool. Oh,
And he called
wow.
you a
They
comedian.
must have sounded so well.
Oh, he said, I wish all three of you could read the chat. So you guys should
Oh,
open
yes, yes. I know. This whole like multi-streaming thing throws me off.
But yeah, well, because he's chatting on Twitch.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I need to mute myself on
we
Twitch.
haven't met any asses.
No.
What's the cutest thing your pet has done? I don't know.
No
Everything
pets.
Snuggles this is cute. Like, just look at me, like, with her, head on the ground and like her eyes looking up. Like, yeah, super cute.
Do you miss seeing her?
Yeah, I do. I ask my sister for pictures of her all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what isn't allowed in your house?
Disrespect.
Cockroaches?
You say, Kristen?
Cockroaches.
Cockroaches?
But you can't
Bugs of all
disallow
kinds.
it. It's nature. You can't help it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so George's dog, he
Yeah, she's in
shipped
the
her, which is a
US.
very interesting process. Like,
She's in the US with
Yeah.
my sister right now.
yeah. Now she's living an awesome life in Austin,
Yeah.
Texas.
Yep.
Yeah, and then actually George wrote a really interesting article on how do you transport a pet from Malaysia to the US, and it's a very complex process, as you know, of like immigration and things like that. Immigration of a pet.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I made it difficult because I wanted to save money. But
Was it worth it?
I mean, I guess so. I gained a lot of knowledge doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's the thing with some things though. Like, what's the cutoff point of like gaining DIY and gaining knowledge versus hiring an expert and like getting them to do it?
Yeah.
I mean, depends how much of a priority it is to you in the first place, right? Like, okay, like for me, if it was like a one-off thing, like I'm only gonna send the dog to the US once, then I just rather just pay for it, right? And then to think about it. But if it's something that I have to keep doing, then it might be better to just know the process myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm often torn, especially with the new business. It's like a lot, like right now, my task list is like super long because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it myself for like XYZ things. And like, I read somewhere, this is one of those like general business advice that you shouldn't like apply to yourself willy-nilly, but someone was saying how like, oh, their dad was super successful because he wasn't good at anything, but he would just like keep hiring experts to do it, and then he'll get the other party to pay more, so he makes a difference. And I'm like, oh yeah, if you're like really good at like continuously doing that, you can obviously make money without doing any of the work.
Yeah.
But then I feel like I'm that personality where I have a hard time letting go of like getting someone else to do it because it's like, oh, it's never quite right. And it takes me so much longer.
Right? If it's something that you don't really have expertise or experience in, like let's say you put together a promo video, right? So if you have no experience doing that, you might be better off like hiring someone to do it as opposed to like spending time learning how to do it and still not getting it the right way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Delmar is also bringing up the price point being an issue, right? But I think that the tricky thing is especially if you don't have a lot of money. Like, if I can pay someone who I know is good, like $50,000 to make a video, then for sure I can do it. But the thing is, like, I have no money, right? It's a bootstrap business, so it's like the most I can do is find someone on Upwork, filter through a bajillion people who are obviously scammers, find this one person who sounds like she's okay and her work looks sort of okay, but I'm like taking a gamble as to whether she can do what I'm asking her to do within the price point. That's what ends up happening, and I'm like, oh, like, should I just by the end of the day, maybe I should have just done it myself. It's like a
Yeah.
whole like I don't have enough money to like try it out.
Yeah.
But the money thing is
Yeah.
also like a priority thing, you know, like if it's a high priority to you, then you might be willing
Mhm.
to allocate more funds towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's high priority if I know for sure that like doing X will make me this many sales. But I don't know.
So it's like why I pay a guy to do my taxes for me. Because like I
Mhm.
don't want to run into issue of getting audited or in trouble.
Yeah.
So I rather
mhm,
pay that
Same.
money to avoid any
Mhm.
potential hassles. And also like he knows all these tips and tricks, and then he lets me know like what are the tax changes every year. So I feel like
Mhm.
okay, that's all like it's worth it, like it's worth
Yeah.
paying for it. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, for sure. If someone has like a very specialized skill, I will definitely pay for it. So
Yeah.
I think the problem is that I'm like I know a little bit of everything. Like I'm like just enough where I can eke by on some random like like I
But
can
that's good,
do a
right? Like
little bit of
you should
graphics.
know a little bit so that way people don't like outright con you, you
Scam.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be like, oh, you need to buy me Adobe Photoshop for me to do work for you. And I'm like, no, you
Yeah.
don't. You know?
You can use Photo P.
Yeah.
No, but actually recently I did buy Adobe Photoshop. Um
Yeah,
Wow.
but it's for
actually
yourself, right?
which I'm going to expense now. Like cuz Lewis, who sometimes watches this stream, he works at Adobe and he was able to get me the
Oh, he
employee
does.
discount.
Oh wow, that's
Nice.
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like
You save a
35
lot.
bucks for a year.
Wow, that's really
35
good.
US dollars for a year for yeah, it's super
What
good.
was
I
it
mean just
normally
for
like
like
35 a month?
yeah, something like that.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I
But
know.
like this is only for the first year. I think after that you get billed normal prices.
After that, you just
Oh,
download the crack and
No, I don't know. Do cracks even work now? Now it's all like connected to the Creative Cloud and everything.
yeah, no, I mean, well,
you to get the standalone version.
Yeah.
I am using a cracked version of Adobe. Basically, like you also have to do like put it in your firewall settings so the program doesn't try to reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, right? If Adobe didn't price it so ridiculously expensive,
hmm
people would be more inclined to pay for it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's price for
Like
corporate.
No, the
no,
thing
but
is,
even
people
like
are already paying for it anyway, so they're not really
Mm-hmm.
suffering. lah. They can continue making the software for so many years.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean like I want to subscribe to it, right? But then I rarely ever do it. It's just that I want to use it when I want to use it, right? So maybe I use it like a few times a year. But that can't
Mm-hmm.
justify paying like a few thousand ringgit a year just to use the software
Yeah.
that
That's why you can use Photopea.
yeah. So I've been like actually Googling like
Mhm.
alternatives to Premiere and Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Photopea is very close.
Photopea is
GIMP
honestly
is
really
okay.
fucking good for a web app.
Yeah.
I like it
I have
better
no
than
idea
GIMP.
how he makes it.
And the fact
Yes,
that
me too.
the shortcuts are like similar or
The
almost the
same.
same as
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
It's so easy to transition.
And where everything is in the menu is all the same.
Yeah.
I would say one thing that like I had to use Skimp for was like leveling images. It doesn't have the ability to quick set like define white versus black, I think. That was one
Oh.
function I couldn't find in Photopea.
Okay.
I had to switch in between and that was annoying. But I got it because like I oftentimes have to switch between Illustrator, like vector files and Photoshop, and it got to be a bit of a pain to keep always having to re-upload to Photopea.
Hmm.
So like having that like smooth workflow was worth the price for me.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very good price. 25 a year.
Yeah, 35. Yeah.
Uh,
Uh, but yeah. Actually, one thing that, like, speaking of Lewis, like, one thing that's coming up is that he really likes to play Among Us.
mhm.
But then, like, the gang who plays Among Us, like, we've all moved on to play Valheim.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to play Valheim. I don't think he likes this kind of genre of games. So now, like, we're waiting for the new map to come out for Among Us. I think the airship, the promised airship map that hasn't come out for a long time.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll move back to play that
There's
with
only
him.
ever been one map, right?
Among Us? No,
No,
there's
there's like
three maps, I think.
four,
Four,
three
yeah.
map. Yeah,
Oh, really? Oh, I don't know. I
something like
mean,
that.
whenever I play, it's always that same
Yeah, I
one.
mean, we
The
always play
default.
the default one. Yeah.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a couple more annoying, harder maps to me. But yeah, I think we were burned out because we played all three maps so much that some people can just like memorize the whole everything.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm still kind of lost and be like, what does this task do again?
I mean, they should implement
Yeah.
like custom map editor for.
So there's a lot of mods, but the thing is, you need to have the PC version before
the
you can
P.
play that.
Mm-hmm. But PC
Yeah.
version is
In
like
fact,
cheap, right? Like $5 or something.
yeah, but not everyone has a PC.
Oh, right.
A lot of people, like a lot of us, we were playing on mobile.
Yeah.
And now I have GeForce now, so maybe I can play it on the computer, but I don't know whether that allows mods or not because it's a virtual PC and I can't control
Yeah,
very much of
probably
it.
not.
Oh, probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
People will be
But
like
anyway, a new
uploading
map
shit
will
to like
renew
Nvidia servers all
interest.
the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah. Can you guys tell my internet's faster? I finally got a new router. And
Oh.
I mean,
yeah,
you're not
so
like
I'm
lagging or
actually
breaking up, so I guess. Because sometimes like your image
oh
will freeze and then your audio will
mhm.
continue. But yeah, I think it hasn't happened
Oh,
yet.
okay. Yeah. So I've upgraded my bandwidth like 4 times or something.
Yeah. How fast is your bandwidth now?
I already forgot. Uh,
No, wait, you got new
in the meantime.
you got a new router and a new internet plan?
Yes. Or else there's no point, right? Or what happened was I upgraded my internet plan and I was like, why does it feel exactly the same? What the heck is going on? And then it turns out my router couldn't
Was too
even go
old.
that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the older Netgear models from 2016. And then my friends were like, no, like, you gotta get a new router. That's where the pipe is stuck.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, I don't have fiber, so my upload is super slow. So that's why it might not be super obvious that I've upgraded my internet, because it's only the download that went faster.
All right.
Mm.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
Maybe I guess your new router is more stable.
But and the other thing is I have a LAN cable. Like this
Mhm.
laptop is now plugged into LAN
Yeah. Oh, it
for
wasn't before?
stability. No, I was on
Ah.
Wi-Fi.
Okay, yeah. That makes a big difference.
Yeah. So I got like a Cat 6 whatever Ethernet cable.
Mm-hmm.
And
Was
yeah,
it an
but the
Amazon
downside
Basics
is
cable?
well, yeah, I think it wasn't even that. It was like some no-name brand, Chinese brand. But it's like a flat design, so it can run on the floor. You can step on
Oh.
it. It's fine. Yeah. But the downside is now, like, for some reason, it prioritizes my connection over Yuhang's. So when I'm at Dropbox, it's like, I'm gonna synchronize now. It sucks up all of the internet. She gets nothing at all. Yeah, she gets
Probably a
upset by
router
that.
setting you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, or like I just need to like throttle my Dropbox better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, my sadly I can't even tell you how much internet I have because my Xfinity, my internet provider account won't even load. So that's lame.
Okay.
Let me see if the app would work.
You want to go through the stories?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me post the links. Du-du-du.
So we wrote the prompt was, wait, aren't deers supposed to be herbivores?
Herbivores.
I think I picked that one because of playing too much Valheim, and there is this boss. The first boss was a deer based, well, like a
Okay.
stag. I think it's a Viking mythical character called Eikthyr.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I have deer on my mind when I picked it. Who wants to go first?
I was first last week. George can go first. He's picking this week's one anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I thought both were good. As usual. I'm yet to be disappointed by your writings.
Oh, I will try my best.
Yes.
Can you even write a bad story?
Probably.
Like, would
I
your
don't know. I
body
mean,
allow you to?
I don't think my stories are that good anyway. So I think they're bad already.
Like, Singip's one was very, well, I guess, I mean, it's very him. He likes to write all these, like, fairy tale, like, stories. And I like the
Mhm.
image of a deer in a tuxedo.
I
Yeah.
was trying to go for Alice in Wonderland kind of the tea party,
Mm-hmm.
but then I felt I didn't really describe it as well as I could have. I mean, I kind of rushed it last, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But, yeah, I had to look up what gaminess. Is that how it's spelled? I don't know. I don't even know if that's a word.
It is. Okay, oh, you
is.
mean gaminess?
Yeah, gaminess.
Oh, okay. I know about gaminess, but
yeah,
the
I know
term
gamey.
is a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's fine. It's
But
understandable.
doesn't it sound? Yeah, doesn't it sound right? I don't know.
Yeah. And then well, for Kristen's one was good as well. Like, I like the twist at the end about the deer eating human flesh. Is this set in the same universe as your other story?
No, this
It's
was a one-off. I mean, it could be.
the Kristen verse.
Yeah, the Kristen verse.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Uh,
it was a nice twist.
I thought it was a little dark though. When I was writing it, I was thinking like, oh, would people think that I messed up? So here's this is the meta mess up thing. I changed the genders of the characters to
Uh-huh.
give myself more distance from this piece because I didn't want people to think that this is what I think about.
I know what you mean.
uh,
Is that, I don't know, like,
yeah,
it's never a thing I like think about, like, distancing myself from.
really?
But
Yeah.
that's only something that maybe only the writer thinks about, right? Like like certain things when I write that I feel like, oh, I shouldn't do it this way because it makes it obvious, you know. But then like
Mm-hmm.
to everyone else who reads it, like it never comes up, you know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's true.
so
Yeah. I think I have a fear that people will think that I'm like dark and twisted and messed up on
I
the
mean,
inside.
unless you start using
Which
like
may be
your real
true.
name,
Yeah.
you know, like you start putting your real name and people you know in the story.
Yeah.
I don't think people
Oh
will
yeah, yeah, yeah.
associate that.
Well, I mean, what's wrong with people think you're dark and twisted anyway? Like,
Because it's incongruous
It's really
with
weird, right? Because
real life persona.
Da, 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 da.
yeah, but I don't know. I would never
I
think
think
someone is
it's
dark
good
and
if it's well
twisted anyway
executed.
because it's like fiction. Like, to me, I'm like, oh, okay, this person's creative or what. But,
Right.
yeah.
And there's this girl like on this channel called Drawfee, right? Who does who you wouldn't think does like dark and twisted things, but everything she draws is kind of like messed up,
Mm-hmm.
like in a guru kind of way. And then the thing is, I really like her for that, and I don't think she's like dark and twisted in a bad way. So I do wonder why I judge myself in that sense.
Because you
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
that girl, right?
Well,
Like you don't
no,
know.
not
Do you know her?
personally.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know what she is in real life. So it's not inconsistent with who you think she is.
Mm-hmm.
versus like yourself, you know, like you feel like I'm not this kind of person, so why am I writing this kind of
Yeah,
story? You know?
yeah.
It's
Maybe
like
that's the barrier
it's like
that I need to
the
break
it's like the
through.
write what you know kind of
Mhm.
mantra, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I have problems writing like good evil characters and like good villains and all of that, or like good any character who doesn't sound like me, because I have trouble like embodying that person without feeling like, oh no, I don't want to be like that, even though it's a completely fictional.
Hmm. I guess
Yeah.
so.
So like in the story, like it's all bad characters and no good characters at all. And so I felt a little awkward writing it because I was also in a bad mood when I was writing. I was also like, oh, is it showing that I'm in like in a like mood, like a sad, depressed mood when I wrote it?
Not really.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I mean, for me, I didn't think like the people were bad. Maybe morally
Mhm,
questionable, but like I didn't think they were evil. Yeah,
mhm.
they were just scientists.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I think that people think that scientists should always be ethical, I think. But of course, like this is again a fictional story and there's no backstory as to why people are behaving that way and all of that. So for
Yeah.
the purpose of story mechanics, I feel like that's what this is missing. It's like these are just things that happen, but you don't know why, and that's a little unsatisfying.
I think it's fine because it's just a prompt. Like, it's not a full book.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I bought a book and this was in the whole story, I'd be
You
like,
know,
what the
this is what
fuck?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
But a good short story should have a satisfying ending, even if it's like two sentences,
that's true
right?
too.
Like as the close.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, I mean, I thought like George's story ended quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it sounded like it could end as it is, or like
Mm-hmm.
it could like expand into something bigger.
Yeah.
it's in the Dyson Sphere universe.
Oh,
Yeah.
the George
That's
verse.
what I noticed too. I was like, oh, Dyson Sphere makes this reappearance.
Yeah, because I was like,
Yeah.
how can I make this like sentence more creepy without the obvious route of like cannibalistic deers, right? So what if the people
Mhm.
were plants, and then we already wrote about people being plants, so I just took characters from that world.
Oh, people are plants here?
Yeah, that's why Tommy felt a shiver when the girl said that.
Oh, I didn't get that. Did you get that singing? Am I just slow?
I didn't. I thought like
See? We're
I
not
thought
that
like
smart.
I thought they saw the deer. I mean, it wasn't explicitly stated, right? But
Oh, I
I
thought
thought
you
they
Uh-huh.
saw the
draw the
deer.
connection from the
I
Dyson
thought they saw the
sphere thing.
deer eating something like meat, right? And then like when they realized that it was eating meat, and then they
Mhm.
thought that maybe they would be eaten next, right? As meat, not because they were plants. That's
Oh.
why he felt the shiver.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, the whole story is like they are like, the algae life form, and they go on a school trip to
Oh.
Earth, and in a
Oh.
safari they're like, oh, yeah.
Okay, then now I like the story even more.
That's why the
That's
deers are
really,
like
really creative.
sniffing frenziedly. Yeah.
Okay, that's super creative. Um, so I think what threw me off though is like they thought that the cheetah is a predator. But if they were plants, I think they would not consider the cheetah a predator.
Oh, well, they were predators because they read about them in books as being predators.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Who
But
wrote
then
the
like from
book?
that I assumed that they were also afraid of cheetahs.
Uh,
So then I was
okay.
like, oh, I guess the humans. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
And also the name Miss Lilium threw me off.
Mhm.
I was like, what an interesting name. I was wondering how you came up with it.
Lilium is the scientific name for lily, the flower.
Oh,
Not very creative. I just
I love
googled
that.
scientific name for
Uh-huh.
flowers and like, oh, Lilium sounds nice, and yeah,
So
just
that's the clue that you dropped that totally went over our heads because I didn't realize that.
I mean, the other characters didn't
Oh,
have plant names, so yeah.
yeah. Mm-mm. Okay, okay. Very, very enjoyable.
Yeah. But it was fun.
Oh, and then also, yeah, that was good prompt.
I mean, I like doing these
Uh,
5 sentence things. Yeah. I wrote more than 5, but the limit is like a good way to like make these tasks not a chore.
yeah, totally.
Mhm.
I noticed you used Notion again, and it went down again the other, like, I think last night.
Oh, really? I haven't experienced a down since that first time. Yeah.
Oh, there's little blips here and there. If you subscribe to the Notion status Twitter, you can see that now they're being
Uh,
transparent when things go down, and it's going down like very frequently.
oh, damn. Do you think they're
I
growing
still
too
use it.
fast for their own good?
Oh no, what's happening? I'm like, get your act together. Come on.
Well, I mean, Zoom did kind of grow too fast for.
Yeah, but they
But
rectified it,
they
and you
managed to like.
don't hear about Zoom downtime anymore.
I mean,
Yeah, they did such a great
it was to
job.
be expected, but then like they managed to sort it out really fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how did Zoom
Yes.
become the like de facto video conferencing tool? Like, so many other
I
programs
think
are doing it already, so I don't
no,
know.
I think because of like the participant limit, I think it was like one of the most.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so it made it perfect for especially like classrooms.
Mm.
Yeah, and they just lag the least of all the ones that I've tried.
Yeah.
They
I think
their
'cause
technology
a
was
lot of
leaps and
like
bounds ahead of Skype and all that.
yeah, because I think a lot of other companies like were complacent, like they were like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
No one's gonna need
Skype,
50 people in
yeah,
one room.
like oh, Skype's good enough, we are like the
Yeah.
leaders,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
happens.
but Discord has improved a lot too, though. I would say Discord is
Discord's
quickly.
great, yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing is, like, all the free features are like so good already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can pay to
Yeah.
support, but like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, stonks are going up for Zoom. I wish I bought more. Impulse buy.
Stonks. Oh, the other day I watched
Yeah.
Netflix uploaded a video to YouTube called what Stock Market Explained.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. I think it's part of a series or something. Netflix Explains, and
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I fell asleep watching.
Georgia's bedtime story. Stock
Yeah,
market explained.
I just watched like
Once upon a
random.
time.
Like the other day, a random video got recommended to me on YouTube. It was this guy using dry ice to kill like wasp nests.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is so fucking random, you know. I had never watched anything similar to that before, so I just clicked and I watched it. I was like, oh, so interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and I subscribed to his
Yeah.
channel. It's like this guy
I
who,
noticed that YouTube is like pushes these videos these days.
yeah, a lot of random stuff. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Dungeons Den. Do you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
So I used to like. I mean, I didn't watch it before, and then one day it was recommended to me, so I just watched one episode. I was hooked, and I like just kept watching Dungeons Den for like weeks. It's basically Shark Tank, but the UK version. Dragon's Den, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Dungeons
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
Dragon's Den.
I thought it was about D&D or something.
No, no, no. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so those shows are
Yeah, I
kind of
feel like
addictive.
YouTube.
Like, and like some
Yeah.
people have the stupidest ideas, yet they still like dare to present them, you know, and then they get called out on their bullshit. It's so funny to watch. But yeah, I guess YouTube algorithm is pretty good, like at recommending things that they think we might like.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mine's filled with like food and keywords and a lot of like Korean prank videos.
Oh.
Man, those Korean prank videos are really good.
Uh,
Like some of them are really creative. I would
Yeah.
have never thought of all these pranks.
The thing is, right? Like the stuff that gets recommended are the good videos. That's why they're trending.
I think that's
I'm
why
sure
like
there's
a
like a
lot of
whole
creators.
load of like shit videos out there that we don't see.
Yeah, that's why I think a lot of creators like ask people to like start liking their videos and stuff.
Yeah.
because it shows like engagement and like, oh, this video has like so
Mhm.
many likes, must be good.
Yeah, and I was like, leave your questions for me in the comments below. I read every single one
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah. But so I follow this speaking of random YouTubes, there's this guy who does aquarium stuff and he keeps like, but and like, like no filters and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then he made a recent video saying that these other fish tubers who've been like copying my videos.
That's what they
And what
call
they do
fish
is
viewers.
yes. What they do is they copy like the titles, exactly the same title,
Uh-huh.
but with their own content. That's like a different, like a very similar but different, like their own version of it.
Okay.
And that's how they're able to get the YouTube algorithm to also push their videos up because it's very
Oh.
literal. Like if you have the same title, you get pushed up along with a popular one.
Yeah.
And then so this guy got annoyed because like that person doesn't acknowledge that's what he's doing and just like keeps copying him and stuff.
Well, I
So,
mean,
it's
people
all
are
sneaky
gaming
tricks
the
you can
system.
do.
Yeah.
People do that for
Yeah.
apps too,
We have to
like
do thumbnails like this.
Oh yeah, right, like this. And our eyes have to be bugged out.
Yeah.
I hate those kind.
I know. But everyone does it. I mean, it obviously works, right?
Yeah, these aesthetics are not my thing.
Yeah.
It's a young people aesthetic. They like face distortion things.
You're
Yeah.
saying something, sing it?
I think they use these tricks for for apps also when you search for apps on the App Store.
Yeah.
Like you search for Zoom, right? That's why like sometimes my mom every time she comes to ask me like which app is it? Like I'm like she types in Zoom, but then she gets like so many different apps
Yeah.
also called Zoom. They're like, what backgrounds for Zoom and all these kind of stupid things. And I'm like, I don't blame her for getting confused. I would be a bit confused too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a problem with content and apps these days. Is the main issue people have is like getting their work like discovered. Because there's a lot of good apps and
Yeah.
content and games and everything out there, but the problem is they don't show up unless people know what they're looking for. And sometimes even if they search the exact term, like something else shows up instead.
I never use like very similar-ish icons also.
Yeah.
Like when I search good news George on YouTube, like you don't show up at all, even though I'm subscribed to you.
Oh wow. Well, I guess my YouTube channel is George Wong. Yeah.
Oh, is that why? But the
Probably.
username is like good
It's
news
George
George, so
Wong.
it throws
No.
me off.
My username
But I
is
think even
George
if I
Wong.
search George Wong, oh maybe that's why. I don't even
search
know our
George
own
Wong.
channel.
Okay.
There's another George Wong who uploads
Yeah,
random
I'm not on the
stuff.
front page if you search George Wong.
Yeah.
I guess I should change my YouTube channel name. God, there's so many George Wongs.
There is a lot of George Wongs. Hence you get all these like weird emails.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried
Yeah.
getting georgewong.com, but someone else has it too. So nah. Yeah.
Apparently some viewers, some of my friends have trouble going on to our stream.
Huh, how come?
They said it said it ended, but it's not ended. And then like they have to like refresh and get in. This actually happened to like my other friend's Twitch stream as well. But sometimes it will show that he's not live when he's live.
Oh, I guess it's a Twitch
I feel like
thing.
Twitch has these random problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I see 2 people logged into Twitch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole like so our friend Victor is still trying to make a Twitch affiliate. And he needs like 3 regular viewers and even
Oh,
that's
that the WoW streamer?
the WoW streamer, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, he's
So
continuing
hard.
to stream. But the thing is, it's like now I think he realized that like us, like his friends, we want to watch more Valheim. So he kind of switched over. Now he's playing Valheim on his stream.
Yeah. Did it work?
So that will I think we're more engaged, sadly, yeah. But we become like it became like at the last stream, it became like 4 backstreet drivers as he's playing the game because he's new to the game, and we're like, oh, you should do this quest, and we'll be like, oh no, you're doing it kind of wrong, but we can't tell you how you're doing it right. It was like I feel like if I were him, I'd be so annoyed at like backseat driver playing. But in the end, he Oh, thanks, Delmar. Like in the end, he got, did his quest, but he's
Mhm.
also kind of like trying to play it like he plays WoW,
Yeah.
which doesn't really work for Valheim because it's much more of a collecting inventory management game and
Yeah.
not so much like a fighting a boss sort of game.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
mean,
like,
I did ask like some successful streamers for advice because I get to interview some
oh,
of
you
them.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
What did
say,
they say?
when starting out, pick a game that's not so popular because you don't have a fan base yet.
Mm.
If you're playing like a top
Mhm.
game, no one's gonna watch you. I
Mhm.
mean, right? You're
Yeah, that's true.
you will be like pushed all the way to the bottom of the live list.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
pick a game that's like small but growing.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start there. Then when
So
you build a fan
what?
base, you can switch
Mhm.
games. Yeah. Because they
I
will.
mean,
So what
wasn't
game would
that
that be?
wasn't that like what PewDiePie was doing last time, right? He was like playing Minecraft mostly.
No,
Was it?
PewDiePie started on YouTube doing horror games.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. So that was his it
It
was
was
it was
his
his
thing. Yeah, he
niche
did
lah.
horror
Yeah,
games for the longest time.
yeah.
Yeah. Then only he started expanding to other games after that. But yeah, so
And
he.
I remember that Markiplier played some really weird ass games because
Yeah,
this is one
Markiplier as
game
well.
where it's a bear driving a car
Uh-huh.
game simulator that we used to play. It's a really like weird janky game, but it's kind of fun and
Yeah.
like but it's niche
Mhm.
and yeah.
You mean when
But
he first
nowadays,
started
what
out,
would be a
or
niche
when he
game?
was? I
To
guess.
be honest, I don't know, but it's not like yeah he is now. Right now, he's like
Yeah, now he can play.
exploded.
He can do anything. He
Yeah,
could
his
scratch
some of
his
his
balls
newest
and
videos are
people
weird.
watch.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess
So
Valheim
what
could have
game would that be
been.
for us?
It could have been Valheim before it got big.
It's already so big.
Yeah, I
like,
know. I
But you
mean,
don't know, right? It's like you're playing it now because it's
yeah, you're playing now.
trending.
Yeah.
You know,
You have to play
it's
it
like, oh, why?
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to recognize
I guess
upcoming
you stay
games.
up to date on game releases and you monitor like Twitch and see what games
Uh-huh.
are starting to grow. Yeah. I have no idea.
Gosh.
I'm not a
Is
good
that-
streamer, I have like one or two loyal people.
Well, but there's also like I like the fact that you play Dota, like even though it's gonna come up for ages.
Yeah.
Like I think playing good old steady games also works.
Well, I mean, like the thing is, I play Dota and like I'm competing with all the big streamers, so it's not good for me. But it's a game I like to play anyway. Like it doesn't matter. So I just stream because like it doesn't take any extra effort to do so. I just keep it
Mhm.
on. Yeah. And if people drop by, that's fun. If not, doesn't matter. I'm still playing the game anyway.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. But I feel like it's hard too, like, because for example, like Victor, our friend, like he has to like have a little chat ping, and then he has to like pay attention to like what people are saying, and even like with this talk stream, I find it hard to also pay attention to our chat. I can't imagine doing that and replaying the game at the same time.
That's
Like
why you
this
have
like
two
split of
monitors.
attention thing.
Two
I
monitors,
guess, but
yeah.
like my brain, I only have like a tiny brain. I can only focus on one thing at a time. So I admire people who can like somehow pay attention to two things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Delmar's
hipsters
saying
are
that
the
the
one will
hipsters.
succeed.
Yeah, yeah. I think I don't know. I'm just not a very big trend following person.
Mm.
I think you have to be a certain personality too
Yeah, for
to
sure.
enjoy doing that.
And also, I guess another easy way is to make friends with a successful streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can appear on their stream,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
then they can shout out to you. They
Mhm.
can like transfer followers to you. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I feel yeah, we can do that. I think
I'll just
one
call
thing is
Joe
that
Rogan to like next week. Like, hey.
exactly. Well, none of us are super motivated to grow this podcast. Because
Yeah,
remember
no.
that one time we were like, "Oh no, there's people watching," like, and that's how I feel. Like I enjoy like watching my friends stream on our Discord, where it's
Yeah.
like only us, and I feel like,
Yeah.
oh, I can watch and I can chat, but I don't want to like share with randos on the internet, which is
Yeah.
another thing to get over, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
try
know. Sometimes some good things are good because no one knows about it, which is the ultimate hipster thought.
Well,
All
we're
right.
1 hour and 19 minutes, so I guess we can
Alright.
shout
Yeah,
out
we
to our
should.
sponsor. In the meantime,
Yes.
oh, you have topics to talk about. Do you want to talk about them? Oh,
Nah, I think we can shout out our sponsors. Save it for next time.
okay. In the meantime, if anyone has questions, feel free to drop them in chat. Evening
Mhm.
Drama is brought to you by New Wave Flow State Coffee. Coffee made with L-theanine and raw cacao. It's your go-to morning beverage to lower anxiety, improve brain function, and support creativity. Perfect to kickstart a creative morning and maintain optimal productivity through your workday at the office or at home. Drink whenever your brain needs an energizing flow state.
Yeah. New
Um,
Wave Coffee.
oh wow, you have
Little
stickers.
sticker there. Yeah, so Greg had sent this to me quite a while ago when
Uh-huh.
I first bought the first bag, and
Yeah.
he wrote like personalized letters to each person who bought the coffee
Oh wow.
and gave them a little sticker, which
Yeah.
is super nice.
Well, if you want Flow State coffee, you can use our affiliate link below, and you get 10% off your order. So, yeah, subscribe and save, and oh, free shipping with at least 2 bags if you're overseas. Yeah, and
We
you
have like
can
7 users on Twitch.
we do shows 3 here, but maybe some bots. Yeah. So get some coffee if you need. You want to try something new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. No one's asking any
Alright.
questions. Sad days. Wait, we can do one more Ask Reddit question. Okay, I'll scroll randomly. Okay. If a burglar were to come into your home and steal whatever was on top of your fridge, what would they be getting?
Table mat.
That's actually a pretty good one.
A table mat?
What will they get?
Yeah, table mats.
You put them on top of the fridge?
Yeah, table mats, trays what's it called? The lid that covers your food that protects it from flies.
Oh, right. The food
Oh,
lid, right?
those. Yeah, the very Malaysian thing.
I'm sure there's a
My
term
mom's
for it,
all
right?
about the food covers. I don't know what they're called either, the proper
Food
name.
cover doesn't sound right though.
You can Google that.
Yeah.
It's not a
For me,
cloche.
they would be stealing my optimum nutrition 100% whey in both the extreme chocolate and the French vanilla cream flavors. They'd be stealing my ice cream maker, my stand mixer,
That's a lot of stuff.
some yeah, I know. Some Spindrift sparkling water with fruit juice in it. Gosh. I have even more things in the back. I have like flour. I have some Rubbermaid containers for vegetables to make them last longer that I haven't been using.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a lot of things on top of my fridge.
Okay, they're sometimes called food covers, food domes, or food tents.
Oh, my friend Forrest says they call cake savers.
Sounds right.
Cake savers?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or a cloche.
No. I just Googled cake saver. No, it doesn't look like that.
Cloche.
And
Cloche?
Delmar has
C-L-O-C-H-E.
empty
Cloche.
vodka bottles
Cloche.
from his roommate.
My mom
Yeah.
has pots and pans, unused pots and pans, like on top.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it.
I feel like I always dream that I'll one day have like a clear fridge top, kind of like in a show home. But
Why?
it's
I
just so
mean,
impossible.
it's like for you to put stuff, right? It's space.
But you know, like those like model homes always look so nice because everything is empty.
Model home looks nice like all the time.
I mean, some of the
Yeah,
I
because
think
no
some
one
of the
lives in it.
Samsung fridges have like a display that shows you
On
what's
top?
inside. Oh, right. You mean from the top? Okay.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
top. No, there's nothing on top usually.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasted space if the fridge is cooler. What?
It's clear.
Oh yeah, wasted. Then again, if your fridge has too much stuff, like you have
Mhm.
too much stuff. Like fridges are
Yeah.
usually too big.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go and make some anabolic protein waffles before playing Valheim as scheduled.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that's a
We have
good
to do a
start to
boss fight
Saturday and
now
Monday.
in half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you gonna stream it?
I'm not sure if my computer can handle it. Like, because I have
Yeah,
to
where's your gaming
I have
PC?
to use
I thought you were
GeForce
gonna get
now.
it.
No, but now GeForce now works.
Oh,
And now
right.
I've upgraded my internet with the LAN cable. That's
Uh-huh.
why I did the whole thing, so my
Right,
streaming works. Yeah. So I don't know whether it will like affect my internet, but I also try to stream
But
it
I
in the
mean,
game at the same time.
you can stream on
But you might
Discord, right?
you might be able to stream it
Yeah.
because
Then you
the
should.
processing is
we
done on
do
NVIDIA
sometimes.
servers.
Yeah, we do sometimes, but like you cannot see it if you're not on our Discord, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Delmar owns our Discord. So he can't invite you guys.
All
He's the
right.
king of our Discord. All right.
All
All
right.
right.
Okay.
Happy 1 year anniversary,
Yeah, happy 1 year.
and we'll see you guys.
We'll keep going.
Yeah, next week. Maybe one day we'll
Yeah,
be.
we have 1 year
popular.
1 year of practice now. It's kind of like taekwondo, right? We have a year beginner black belt.
We have a white belt now. I
And then you
think.
go on to only a white belt.
I don't know. Do you start with no belt? No,
No,
wait.
you start with
Then
white.
your robes will come off.
Maybe it's like a clear plastic belt.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Well,
Alright.
anyway, Delmar says you guys are invited to the server, so I'm gonna send you the link.
okay. Thanks everyone for
Alright.
tuning in. Have a good
All right.
weekend.
See you
Ciao.
guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.